Big changes at CNN. John King is out at 6 o'clock. Oh my God. Okay, finally they realize that they've got a problem at CNN. Now their ratings are at a 20-year low. They're in big trouble. And in fact, their top executives have said things have to change. Well, look, John King has been performing very poorly in the ratings for a long time. It makes sense to change him. So who's the new fresh face they're going to bring in for CNN at 6 o'clock?
Thank you.
Wolf Blitzer.
Yes.
No. I'm not even kidding. Okay. Now the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer will be 4 to 7 p.m. And if things keep going this way, Wolf Blitzer will be on 28 hours a day at CNN. Okay, can I send you a memo, please? More Wolf Blitzer is not the answer. He was on for 2 hours already, and you had horrible ratings. How's 3 hours of Wolf going to help you? I hope that it's a transition period for them. But look, changing these faces are irrelevant. They're not getting the memo that the audience is sending them. The audience is saying, we don't want the same plastic robots reading us fake news with your fake neutrality. Democrats said this, Republicans said that, and I'm completely neutral to the truth. That's not the most trusted name in news. They don't trust you anymore. That's why they're leaving. You can get someone even prettier and put them on it. Oh my God. And they, look at this. Or you can get a big name, Piers Morgan. Oh my God, do you know how big he is in the UK or how big he was on a entertainment program on another network? No, it isn't the big names. It isn't the pretty faces. That's not what this is about. It's about they don't trust you anymore. And Wolf Blitzer ain't going to be the answer. And replacing John King with another robot is not going to be the answer. I have nothing against John King. I have nothing against any of their anchors personally. I think they're swell people. I don't know them that much. What I do know, they seem perfectly pleasant. It isn't about that. It's that you've got to report the real news. So if President Obama does something wrong, don't just ask Republicans, what do you think about that? Find out what the truth of the matter is. Oftentimes the Republicans are completely lying about President Obama. And sometimes they even undersell what President Obama is doing wrong. If the Republicans and the Democrats agree that we should kill U.S. citizens abroad with drone strikes without any trial, that doesn't mean they're right. As an investigative reporting that you should be doing at CNN but are doing almost none of, you should go out there and challenge the government. That's your number one problem. And any change of face or robots isn't going to help you at all until you change that underlying philosophy. And it isn't about being against President Obama or even being against Republicans. It's about saying we're going to keep them honest. That shouldn't be a throwaway segment in one of your shows. That should be the whole network. And by the way, how do I know? The proof is in the pudding. Your numbers are a disaster. Now, you might say, oh, well, you're on Current, and Current's a news station, and what are you talking about ratings for? Look, first of all, we're the number one show on Current. So for what it's worth, okay, we've had some success in this context. Second of all, online, we've got 730 million views out of nowhere. We've got 30 million views a month out of nowhere. Now, that's not to brag. That's to say that, hey, if you actually give real news to people, they go, hey, you know what? Wow, look at that. They're actually criticizing both parties. They're actually trying to put a check on the government like the media is supposed to do. And that's why we got 1 million people a day watching us online when they said you couldn't get anybody to watch you online. Because it's an oasis. Why is it an oasis? It's because you're a desert. Do you understand, CNN? Any superficial change is not going to help you. You have to have fundamental structural change where you actually serve the job of the press, which is to be a watchdog against the government.